You were born to do something significant. You are not born just to pay your bills. You are not born just to run a life. You are not born just to live every day. You are not born just to breathe, even without your permission. My dear brothers and sisters, that's not what you're born to do. You are born to do something significant. You are born to achieve something. All great leaders, this is what they believe. They never believe that, let me just pass my day. They give importance to their day, and they impact their day, and they impact their time with that. The reason why they are able to impact is because they believe that they are born to do something significant. Today we are going to talk about vision. Vision lo మనం ఇంకా కొంచెం లోతుగా వెళ్తాము. We're going to talk about the power of a vision. The power of a vision. So what is vision? Vision ante enti? Darshanam ante enti? Vision, the first thing that I want you to know is this. Vision is about the future. It is not about the past. The main problem is, a lot of us, we want to plan our future based on our past. But when you base your future on your past, it is not at all called a vision. Because a vision requires you to have a future. A vision, it is the functioning of not the eyes, not the mind, but it is the functioning of the heart. You need to understand that vision is the functioning of the heart. It is not the functioning of your eyes. A lot of us, we see vision as something that we can physically touch or see or maybe hold. But if we talk about vision, if we deal with vision, vision is something which you cannot actually feel. Vision is something which you cannot actually know. For example, everything exists out of vision, but because it was not there, that is not the reason why it did not exist. Let me put it in this way. Visions always come into existence because they were not there previously. All right? So that means vision comes into existence not because of the past, but because of the future. Got it? So vision comes into existence when you believe it and when you see it. So, for example, all the great civilizations that we see right now, even the civilization of democracy, it came into existence because of an idea that a few people believed, or because of an idea that one person believed. You can name him Karl Marx or Aristotle. These people, they came together. So what these guys did was they used to observe how kingdoms work. They used to observe what is the best way in order for people to have the best things. For example, previously, if it was a kingdom, only the king and his will would be implemented. But the kings, most of them, they lacked common sense. Understand? So because these kings, they lacked common sense, that's the reason why they thought we are not able to, the administration is not running in 100% capacity. Because the administration is not running in 100% capacity, so let's see what we can adjust or do in order to bring that 100% capacity. So the main vision of Aristotle or Karl Marx was to give a better life to humanity. So in order, the vision is always like this. Vision did not come because they dreamt of democracy. Vision came because of out of the purpose that they think they were born. So vision, I'm telling you, vision doesn't come out of your past, but it comes out of, it exists because of what you want to do in the future. But vision can arise because of your past experiences. So, for example, a few of us, even though we are downtrodden or we are pressurized, we still tend to continue in that same environment. The reason is we do not want to get out of that experience. Some or the other way, there's actually an idea called, I'm unable to remember the name, but the main thing is, if somebody tortures you, you somehow fall in love with them. If somebody treats you bad, you somehow get You want to leave that person, but at the same time you want to get attached to that person. I forgot the name of that idea, of that philosophy, but it's very dangerous thing. That means even though people treat you bad, you still want to stay in that environment, because it is not only because of fear of what is going to happen if I go out, but it is also because you are in the comfort zone. So vision makes you to get out of your comfort zone. The main thing is, most of us, we think that vision is something which only great leaders have. I'm telling you, vision, actually if you look at that word vision, the word vision, Telugulo darshanam ani cheppi antam. If you look at that word vision, vision is something which is born in your heart. It is born inside you. It is not only born for every leader. I mean, I'm telling you, it is not born only for people who run great things or great organizations, great stuff. Even for you to get out of your house and, go to an office, it requires a vision. So in the same way, in every area, a vision is required. For example, if somebody wants to become something, vision is required. For example, let me put it in this way. When I was a kid, maybe I was studying 3rd class or 4th class, all right? So when I was a kid, I used to think, I never used to imagine myself going to an office, work, have a table, have an AC, work over there. My imagination was always, I need to be on a stage. I need to do something big. I need to build hospitals. I need to build schools. I don't know why I had that, but that's what I had in my mind. I need to build schools. I need to build hospitals. I need to change people's lives so that they can become better. I want to create leaders. I mean, this was the craving which I had for my 4th class. So eventually, whichever way I went, that's where I reached. That's what I'm doing. From the past 15, 20 years, that is exactly what I've been doing. The reason why I am doing what I am doing right now is because of this imagination that I had when I was a child. So, a vision is born out of your imagination. A vision is born out of your desire, what you want to do. So, a lot of us, we think, let me just study, let me just do my engineering, let me just find a job and I'll work. That is the reason why you are still stuck in a job. Because that is where you thought. If you look at this word vision, it means vision is, if we put it in simple terms, it's an idea. Vision is an imagination. Vision is an idea. It's more than a dream, but in order for you to understand, it is like a dream. It is like a dream which you understand. So, vision is something which talks about your future, but it is born in your heart. Are you understanding that? So, vision is born in your heart. It can be born because of your bad experiences, because of your past experiences. It is also born because of the problem that you see. So, some of us, we see problems, we talk about it, but we don't really do anything about it. That is when your vision that you talk about is not coming into existence. So if you want your vision to come into existence, it is not only about talking, but it is also about taking an action. Are you understanding? So in order for God to work, that's the reason why in the Bible it says, God says, submit your plans, all your plans to me, and I will direct your steps. For example, if this is an idea that you have, you need to say, God, I submit this idea to you. The reason why I submitted, so you can tell me how I can prioritize things. There's something called an order of importance. For example, in order for you to do something, there are some things which are urgent, there is something which is called important. There is something which is called emergency, there is something which is called important. There is a difference between urgent and important. There is a difference between, so things which are urgent need not be important. Things which are important need not be urgent. This is something which you need to understand. For example, as soon as we get up in the morning, we have an urgency to do certain things. For example, like doing our daily activities, going to the bathroom, cleaning ourselves, doing that stuff. It is not important, but it is urgent. Are you getting it? You you can't do other things. Because it is urgent, it also becomes important. But you can still function even without doing the urgent things. For example, if there's something which is much more important than that, you can withhold yourself from doing that. So, but if something which is important, it need not be urgent. So, something which is important, let's say your life. Your life is very important. But in order for your life to be on the right track, you don't do things urgently. You do things importantly. You do things with a focus. You do things categorically. You design your life. For example, you say, okay, Monday morning, this is the time I'm going to wake up. This is what I'm going to do. From 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock, this is the work that I'm going to work on. From 12 to 1, maybe I'm going to take a break. From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, maybe I'm going to do work on this thing. So you need to categorize things which are important. Are you understanding now? So when you categorize things, your vision can be achieved. When you categorize things, you need to categorize things, you need to give them priority, and depending on the priority, you can achieve your vision. So vision is not about the past, but it is about the future. Some of us, we think, Arey, Pastor, you talk a lot about vision, you talk, that is good, but you know what? I didn't have studies. I'm not a bright student. That is what you think. You might think, I'm not good at communication. You might think, Arey, I really can't do that. But the point is, vision is not about what you are. Vision is about what you could be. Amen. So vision is about what you could be. Arey, what can I do? How can I impact this 1 hour? How can I impact this 45 minutes? What is that I can do in the next 24 hours? That is what is vision. So my dear brothers and sisters, trapped inside every child is a great leader. Trapped inside every child is a great leader. For example, you can just Google this. Probably you have never done this. If you Google the childhood photo of Hitler, you would never believe how he looked. The childhood photo of Hitler. Hitler was looking very innocent. But trapped inside that Hitler, I mean, right now I'm using a bad example, but that's what he is. He's a great leader. He was a great leader to all the Nazis, right? Why did he? But that great leader was trapped inside this child. You need to understand that fact. That great leader was once sulking onto the milk of his mother. That great leader was once, he was required to drape clothes around him because he couldn't. That's how all great leaders are also. So there is no difference between a great leader who achieved something and you. The only thing is, you think it is about the past, but the great leader thinks it is about the future. For example, let's take a good example, Martin Luther King. You know, when Martin Luther King was there, when he visited the United States, this is exactly what he said. The word that he used is, I have a dream. I have a dream, and this dream is not to see you as a slave, but this dream is for all the slaves to be free. What he was doing is, wherever he was going, he was casting that vision into the people. And people used to understand that because they were in that situation. They were working as slaves. All the people who are African Americans or Africans at the time, they were working as slaves under the white people. And this guy, another black guy came, the same black guy, he came from their own, set of group, their own community, but he had a different idea. Because he also underwent the same oppression. Are you understanding something? So, because he underwent the same oppression, he didn't want his community to go under the same oppression. So he was saying, I have this dream where I can see young people free. He said, I have this dream where I see white and black, they walk together. He said, I have a dream. In the same way, what is the dream that you have? That determines your vision. What is the dream that you have? That determines your vision. Vision unlocks the gates of what was and it unlocks the gates of what could be. I'm going to repeat that again. Vision unlocks the gates of what was, and it shows you what it could be. For example, you might be using a geometry box in your childhood, maybe in your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade. But the same geometry box could be used after you grow up in order to draw a dam, in order to design a water dam, in order to recreate something. Why? Because the geometry box, even though it is small, it could do wonders if it is in the right hands. Are you understanding? So, let me put it in this way. We all know iron, right? Iron. The same iron, if it is combined with the heat, the same iron which was once rusted, but if the same iron is combined with the heat, the same iron could act as a security guard for your windows. The same iron could act as a security for your doors. The same iron, but the point is, with whom is it combined? So, your vision should be combined with the heat of your mind. I'm getting a little more deeper. Your vision should be combined with the passion that you drive into. Your vision should not be alone. That's what I want to say. Your vision should always have a combination. If you leave a child alone on the road, can the child work by himself? Can the child walk by himself? Can the child do things by himself? No. What will happen to the child? The child is going to die. But the same child, you take him inside, you nurture him, you give him the stuff that he needs, and you nurture him every day. What is going to happen? Well, the child becomes somebody great. So the point is, the child is same like your vision. You cannot leave your vision all by himself or herself. You cannot leave your vision all by itself. You cannot say, I want to do this. Well, your vision is like the child. The child never grows by herself. The child never grows by himself. You need to nurture the child. So every vision needs nurturing. That's the reason why I use this expression of combining yourself with the heat. So this heat, it can be your friends, it can be your brothers, sisters. It is somebody who can help you nurture your vision. Are you understanding now? So it is somebody who's there, whom you want to become in that environment. So it is somebody whom you want to be in that environment. The heat is really important. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, vision makes suffering bearable. Vision makes suffering bearable. For example, in order for you to achieve something, you definitely are going to suffer. The vision that I have right now, which is working, which is live and producing and reproducing, the same vision, in order for me to produce the same vision, I suffered for nearly 7 or 8 years. The reason why I suffered for 7 and 8 years is because of this. Because I wanted to produce that vision. I wanted that vision to come into existence. So there's going to be a cost that you need to bear. I mean, I went into the extent of even fighting with my dad. I went into the extent of even leaving my family. Why? Because I wanted to produce that vision. So what is the cost that you're bearing? You're going to suffer, man. You're going to suffer in order for you to produce a vision. So vision makes suffering and disappointment bearable. I mean, usually people don't like to suffer. Who likes to suffer? Nobody likes to suffer. Everybody likes to, be comfortable. But the reason why you are suffering is because of the vision that you believe in. Of the vision that you believe in. Some of you want to become great leaders, great entrepreneurs. I mean, you want to probably have an IT company. Because I asked, every person I ask, this is the answer they give. They give, Pastor, at some point in my life, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to run organizations. But the point is, the vision should never be focused on becoming an entrepreneur, your vision should be focused on what is the value that you're giving through you becoming an entrepreneur. Are you understanding? So what is the value that you're giving through becoming an entrepreneur? That is very important. Until and unless you understand the value that you give, you can never understand how great you could be. Because when you understand this concept of vision, even your importance will be gone away from that. I mean, there will be no importance even for you. You are not going to give importance for anything. The only thing that you're going to give importance is for your vision. All right? For example, vision inspired the great Egyptian civilizations. Vision is what inspired, Wright brothers were inspired by the vision of flight. Thomas Edison was inspired by the vision of light. Steve Jobs was inspired by the vision of desk-sized computers. Bill Gates was inspired by people-friendly software. Elon Musk was inspired by electric cars. The reason why he was inspired by electric cars was because of saving fossil fuels. So, my dear brothers and sisters, what is that is inspiring you? What is that is inspiring you? Right? Maybe I can, for example, a computer is available, a laptop is available, a good laptop is available for around 1,40,000. Let me see if I can create another good laptop with the same specifications for maybe 60,000 rupees, maybe 70,000 rupees. Are you understanding? Because you add value when you have visions like that. You need to have visions which are very practical. So, vision is the energy. It is what gives you the energy, and it is the energy of the progress, of people who want to progress. Vision is the energy which makes you be awake 18 hours a day. Vision is the energy which drives you to do things which you never even heard of or never can even think of. Let's pick up a line from the Bible, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. This is what it says. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. If we see the statement, I want to take the first part of the statement, and this is what it says. Where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, I mean, if there is no vision, if there is nothing that you can think of, the Bible says people perish. People perish. People perish. What does that mean? When there is no idea that you want to follow, that you want to submit to, people, they go in different ways. The reason why your life is not following one industry or your life is not following one idea probably is because you have no vision. Are you understanding something? People perish when there is no vision. What that means is when there is no idea or when there is no goal that you want to walk or run towards, you would like to go in whatever area that you want. People who have a vision, they do not want to go into different areas. They do not want to go into different places. So what does vision do? Vision helps you to get discipline. Vision helps you to not waste your energy on the things which you don't want. Vision helps you to do stuff which you do not, which is unnecessary for you. So my dear brothers and sisters, where there is no vision, people perish. But he that keepeth the law, what does the law word over here mean? He that keepeth the law means he who has a vision. Happy is he. Why? Even though he is not doing great, he is still satisfied and happy with the life that he has. So my dear brothers and sisters, if there is no vision, there will be no direction. When there is no direction, there will be no growth because you never know which direction you want to walk in. So when there is no growth, it will only be degrowth. And what does degrowth mean? Degrowth means death. Degrowth means death. There are people who have no vision for their lives. There are people who have no visions for their life and they wonder how to obtain one vision. How do I get a vision? You do not get a vision. That's the point you need to understand. You do not get a vision You do not get a vision. You need to be the vision. That's the point you need to understand first. So there are people who have a vision but are stuck in that same place for years together. They have an idea, they have a vision, they know what to do, but they are stuck in that same place. Why? Because they did not understand how to go. They wait for a miracle. My dear brothers and sisters, people who wait for a miracle, nothing happens to them. Last week on Sunday we have seen that Jesus was calling the Pharisees and the Sadducees, he was calling them, you adulterous generation, you are sick. Why? Because you're waiting upon a sign. Some of us, we wait upon a sign. We think that an angel should come, appear in the middle of the night, and it should say, my dear child, from today onwards, you can work on your vision. That will never happen. That will never happen. Some of us, we think that, arey yaar, let me win a lottery, maybe then I'm going to start something. I'm telling you, if you wait for these signs, you're never going to win a lottery. Why? Because God never works like that. There are those who have a vision but have abandoned it because of discouragement, because of disillusionment, because of failure and frustration. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, through this talk, I want you to understand that you are going to overcome your situation. If you do not have a vision, you are going to get a vision. If you have a vision but you do not know how to go ahead, I'm telling you, you are going to understand that also. And the third point is, if you have failures in your life, if you have been discouraged in your life, you are also going to overcome that. My dear brothers and sisters, so just understand that in order for you to have a vision, the first thing you need to do is, you need to believe that you were born to do something significant. You were born to do something significant. You are not born just to pay your bills. You are not born just to run a life. You are not born just to live every day. You are not born just to breathe, even without your permission. My dear brothers and sisters, that's not what you're born to do. You are born to do something significant. You are born to achieve something. All great leaders, this is what they believe. They never believe that, let me just pass my day. They give importance to their day, and they impact their day, and they impact their time with that. The reason why they are able to impact is because they believe that they're born to do something significant. The next thing that you need to believe is this. You are destined to make a difference in your generation. You are destined to make a difference in your generation. You are destined. That means that is your destination. How are you going to die? You're going to die by making a difference in your generation. How are you going to end your life? When you are in that casket, when your hands are folded and your eyes are shut, everybody is going to talk, man, this guy, he made a difference in my life. Man, this guy, he made a difference. Because of this guy, I am able to change. The third statement that I want to give today is this. You are not an experiment, but you are a project of divine experience. You are not an experiment. Some of us think, I'm an experiment. Let me see if I am able to be successful or not. But that is not what God says about you. God doesn't say that you are an experiment. God says that you are my project. You are my project. I told you an example of the apple. Always, I use this example. The reason why Apple is successful is not because of the user that is using it. The reason why Apple is successful is because of the creator who created it. Are you understanding something? So you are going to be successful not because of you, but you are going to be successful because of the creator who created you. The creator has designed the abilities and he has given you the capabilities. The only thing that you need to do is this: use the capabilities and the features that God has given to you. My dear brothers and sisters, you are not an experiment, but you are a divine project. You need to understand this. The reason why you have a few weaknesses is because God has given you those weaknesses. Are you understanding? The reason why you are weak in a few areas is because if you are strong in those areas, you couldn't achieve the things which you are supposed to achieve. For example, Samson and Delilah. The reason why Samson was weak towards women is because he was destined to destroy all these great leaders of Palestinian leaders on that day. Of course, he shouldn't have fallen into the trap of that woman. That's a different case. But there are few weaknesses which God has given to you. And you know what? Those weaknesses are not bad for you. Those weaknesses are good for you. For example, let me pick up a few weaknesses. Pride. You know, some of us are proud of a few things. I'm telling you, the reason why you're proud of it is because pride produces the greatest energy. Have you ever wondered about that? Pride produces the greatest energy. But the point is, you need to use that pride in the right way. Let me put it in this way. Some people are proud of their last name. Right? Some people are proud of their last name. Because they want to protect their last name, because they want to give more importance to their last name, they go to any extent. So my dear brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, even pride can be used with great energy. It is going to produce great energy if it is used in the right way. Some people are angry. I'm telling you, angry is also an energy producing machine. Anger. You know, some of you might have done great things in anger. Why? Because anger produces that energy. Have you wondered that? Anger, because of anger, man, I'm angry. So you do that. You do that thing which you have never done before. Why? Because it angered you. I'm telling you, the point is you need to channelize that energy in the right way. Do not use your anger to break a door, but use your anger in order to do something different. If you can channelize your energy, previously, that's what God taught me. You know, I was a very angry young kid. That's what I was. I was a very angry young kid. I used to do, when I was angry, I didn't even know what I used to do. But then God spoke to me suddenly. He said, you know why I gave you anger? So you can have energy in such a great way that you can, if you channelize that energy, you're going to become somebody great. I understood that and I was like, boom. From then on, instead of fighting with people, I started fighting with myself. When I started fighting with myself, I started doing things which I have never done till that time. You know, when it was intermediate, I clearly remember it was intermediate. That is when I started channelizing all my anger towards growth. Towards growth. When I was angry, I used to get a lot of energy, and because of that energy, I started doing things. I started studying well. Can you understand? Because of anger, you can even start studying well. You can focus on things. Because of anger, the same thing which took you 1 hour, you could do it in 3 minutes. 60 minutes, normally, with anger, 3 minutes. Are you able to understand, my dear brothers and sisters? That's what I'm saying. Your weaknesses are not actually your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are actually your strength. Amen. That's the reason why in the Bible it says, you know, God is going to turn all your weaknesses into your strength. That means God is going to He's going to channelize your energy. He's going to channelize your energy. My dear brothers and sisters, you need to believe that you're not an experiment. And the next statement that I want to give is this. Personal purpose is the source of your vision, and it gives meaning to your life. A vision should always be personal. It comes out of your personality. It comes out of your personality. So, a vision gives you your purpose, and also purpose comes out of your, vision also comes out of your purpose. It is interrelated. I'm going to talk about that later. But this is what it means. Personal purpose is the source of your vision. Your personal purpose. What do you think you're useful for? What do you think you can do? What do you think you can achieve? What do you think is your USP? You know, for example, Manoj over here, he can talk many languages. What do you call vernacular? Multi-vernacular. But me, I can speak only maximum 2. If I try to speak the third language, which I know is Hindi, This is going to be a Jabardast show. The point is, some of us are gifted in those ways. So whatever is your gift, when you understand that, your purpose will be born. When you understand your purpose, you will be able to understand what you can do. That is what is called vision. Are you understanding? So vision comes out of your personal purpose. So vision, even though it's born out of the personal purpose, vision can also be understood. Your personal purpose can also be understood because of the vision that you have. These both are interrelated. All right. The next statement that I want to give is this. Believe in your daydreams. Believe in your daydreams. Many of us, we have heard this statement. Do not daydream. In Telugulo manchi సామెత ఉంటది. పగటి కలలో కనొద్దు అంటారు. పగటి కలలు కంటాడరా. Do not daydream. That is what everybody says. But the Bible tells you to daydream. You need to daydream. And the point is, it is not only, see, just daydreaming is different, but believing in what you daydream is different. Believing in what you dream is really important. Simply just daydreaming, it doesn't get you anywhere. But if you believe in what you daydream, that is when your action is going to come in. Amen. Joseph, he believed in the daydreams. Joseph, he didn't, can you understand? He went into the pit. He was ready to die. That's how much he believed in his daydreams. And the next statement that I want to give you is this. Your future is never ahead of you. Your future, it lies within you. Your future is not ahead of you. Some of us, we think, when time comes, abhi dekh lenge. That never comes. Your future is always within you. Either you want to get it done or not. If you want to get it done, you need to take action. So your future is within you. It is not ahead of you. The next statement I want to give is this. I'm going to give two more statements and I'm going to close for today. The next statement I want to give is this. See beyond your eyes, because vision is found only in the unseen. Vision is found only in the unseen. So you know what you got to do? You got to see beyond your eyes. The last statement I want to give for today is this. Your vision determines your destiny. Your vision determines your destiny. Your vision determines where you land. Your vision determines where you end up. So today, what is your vision? Your vision, don't think that I need to have a big vision. No need of having a big vision. Have a small vision. Have a small vision. Why? Because visions grow. Visions grow. I wanted to start the second school here, but I found it really difficult to start a school in Telangana because I didn't know any people over here. So what I thought was, instead of starting with a school, let me start with a tuition center. Let me start with a tuition center. I wanted to run a good school, but I wanted to start with a tuition center. So I started off with a tuition center. Initially it was free. Then I charged 100 rupees. Then we started charging all the students who came in for the tuitions. Then once the tuitions was over, the next year we tried off establishing the school and we started the school. The point is, because I wanted to have a great school, I didn't start off with having a great school. I only started off with a tuition center. In the same way, the music school also over here. When we started off with the music school, I want to have a great music school, but it all started with a small number of students, with people who were not even interested, So what I did was, the players who were playing in the church at that time during the COVID, I asked them, hey, can you teach for 1 hour every week? That's how it started. But today, now we are having a pretty good name about this music school. People are writing on Google reviews about what happened. Uh, we are having good people come, IT people come, learn music in their free time, and now they are talented. In the same way, when I wanted to start at a church, I wanted to have a great church. I wanted to do big, because everything I want to do, I always wanted to do big. But in order to do that big, it all started off in my apartment, a small apartment. So visions grow. You always need a starting point. You always need a starting point. You might want to be a big, great entrepreneur who owns a flight. You even have a dream of owning a private jet, but probably you need to start off as a taxi driver. My dear brothers and sisters, understand, your vision determines your destiny. Your vision determines your destiny. So, as I'm going to talk more about vision the coming days also, I'm going to take you into a deeper dive into a vision with a life with a vision. I'm going to talk about what happens when you have vision. There's this guy called Jim Carrey. Some of us know him. He's a very good comedian in Hollywood. Once he wrote saying that in some year, 10 years later, he said that I'm going to draw a check of, or $1 million, I think $1 million. I'm going to draw a check of $1 million on so-and-so date. And he wrote on that piece of paper, he closed it, and he put it in his cupboard. And he was a struggling actor at the time. He did not get any chances. He did not get any opportunities. While he was struggling, suddenly, all of a sudden, he started getting an opportunity in a movie, and people loved it, and it became a blockbuster. And after that, he started doing another movie, and it also became a blockbuster. And as time passed by, he got an opportunity, one movie where he was offered $1 million as his remuneration to act in the movie. So he acted in the movie. He forgot about the fact that what he wrote on a piece of paper, he put it in the cupboard. He forgot about it. After 10 years, when he was drawing the check for $1 million, he drew the check for $1 million, and somehow he wanted to keep the check in the cupboard. While he was opening the cupboard, he saw the piece of paper with the exact date, with the exact amount, which was written, I am going to draw $1 million on this date. And that was the date he got the check. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, start believing in your daydreams, and God is going to bless you. Let's close our eyes and close for today. Almighty Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your mercies. Almighty Father, as we have heard about vision and what happens when we have a vision, we thank you for blessing us with this word today. We thank you for blessing us with your time today. We love you, Father. Oh Lord, bless all the people that have come today. Bless them abundantly. Oh Lord, as this thought grows into their life, as this thought grows into them, oh Father, let them also grow greater inside you. Let them grow deeper, not only physically, financially, but also spiritually. Almighty Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for all your greatness and your goodness that you have given to us. As we go back into our lives today, as we go back to enjoy the day that you have given to us, as we go back and put in energy into what you have given to us, let us know your will. Let us know your purpose as your love unfolds on us. In Jesus' name, we ask and pray. Amen.